something we all can do. But it's not easy. What is the thing they value the most?
The other side.
I'm talking about that. You're talking about taking something. You're getting something. Never is the other way. But I'm not talking about if you love a lot of people, if you helped a lot of people. Yes, you'll be rewarded. But I'm not talking about that. Something much simpler. So what is important for everyone, right, to have this human life here? What is that in the entire life, if you do that, you will be a person who is, right, living your life with joy and peace. Yes, one is helping other people, but not everyone goes to that level. They usually just want to help themselves, and it's okay that way. But what we will be rewarded.
I don't know what the reward is. I'm assuming.
So it's something that they will say, you did it, good job.
Rewarded with these.
Okay, so let's. I want to ask this important right before the session. What is that, right? Because that's the real world on the other side. This is not. Yeah, we're on the same page about this. Yeah. Okay, so this temporary state. Yeah, but it's important for us to experience. Yeah, we talk about this. So, right, if this is like a show or a game, but I don't like to use the word matrix. It's not very accurate, I think. It's more like it's a maze, but we're playing some games in this maze. Yeah. So they are watching us. Not all the time. Now they have nothing else to do. They just watch us. But your spirit guide, you have a spirit guide. They're invisible, energetic being. They're watching you. They're protecting you. They're not protecting you. They can, but they're guiding you. Yeah. So they're watching us. So what you think you do, right? If you have done certain things, when you leave the body, when you leave this life, let's say when your father, right, left this world, what can be that something? They look at it and they say, great job.
To have influenced love.
You understand? Say something, it's simple, it's not a complicated thing. Or give me an example.
They would be celebrating my dad because he did acts of kindness that had a ripple effect of love. I don't.
So he's helping people, right? By showing kindness, you cannot just, oh, I'm kind, I'm very kind, right? He has to do something, right? But that's helping people, right? Yeah. But not everyone can do that, right?
He was genuine. He was authentic in himself, and he authentically loved.
He is being loved, or he loved others?
Like authentically, just very selfless, naturally very giving.
Okay, I got it, right? I'm sure, otherwise he wouldn't feel this way right now, right? But I said, this is definitely a beautiful thing, right? But not everyone can, right? You know that. But what is something that everyone can? And that will be definitely rewarded. You can. But we are talking about the soul's purpose. That's different. We all have a different purpose to come to Earth. We learn different lessons. But besides that, sometimes we don't learn the lesson. But it's still okay because we can come back, do it again. But what is that something, if we have done, will be rewarded?
To love ourselves.
What is that?
Self-love.
Okay, what is that? What do you do?
Be positive, be good.
It seems like that has something that you have to try. It's very close, but maybe it's a little bit different concept. So what is something that you do? Okay, how about this question? Something you do that you will feel good. Okay, besides the physical things, eat a nice meal, do a spa, right? I'm talking about spiritual. Basically has nothing to do with the physical, because the physical, you cannot do that all the time, yeah? What do? You can feel good. Yes, but right now you're not feeling well, see? That's the question. Why? If this person is so nice.
And that's my belief system.
So let's just go back. What you can do to make you feel good all the time? It's something that a lot of people say the same thing. I don't know. But is that strange, right? We did not learn this. But we want to be that way. We want to have a good state of being, but we don't know how. So what I'm trying to say, right? This is to honor your feelings all the time. Okay, so now you're gonna say, I'm doing that, and that's why I don't feel good. I'm honoring my true feelings, but why I feel sad? It's hard, right? Otherwise we wouldn't be this way. What is happening? Let's say you miss him because he was this kind of person. Okay, so now I want to ask you questions because he's no longer here. You want him to be here, but he left. You want him to be here forever, right? I'm just trying to make you understand this. Yeah. So what is this sadness is about is really he's no longer in this reality with me. But then I have to say something, hopefully you understand where I'm coming from, because I'm talking about this from, right, the spiritual point of view. So you are saying, I want you to be here. But if this is his plan, he's going to be here until this point, until, right, that day. And you say, no, you need to stay because I can keep feeling the love from you. Now you cannot love me, or I cannot, right, receive certain things, right, your energy from you anymore. I don't feel good about that. So you love him, but with this condition is, I love you, but I need you to be here. We do this type of thing all the time. Let's say parents to children, very similar, right? This time just the opposite. Parents want this child to be, right, around until they leave this world. But sometimes they can leave early. I have a couple. That child, because at that time I couldn't do this way, channel the child. So I'm very sure just by listening to them, what happened is they went to a vacation home, and it's maybe 6th floor, let's say in Hawaii, right? And so the child opened the window and he dropped, right? But this is pre-planned. So for what? For the parents to learn something from it. Not oh, I should, right, really pay more attention to the child. It's not that lesson. The lesson is positive. Is my love towards my child is conditional. Until he's no longer there, I realize, let's say the parent, right, the mom, and she can feel, now I know that I want him to be there because I feel good. But is this true love? True love is unconditional. Otherwise, it's not love. She kind of realized that, but not at the bottom. He's depressed. I remember, and I couldn't do much. The hypnosis session, he couldn't get to that state because he's thinking about his child 24/7. I can't force someone to be hypnotized. So the lesson, if today I do it again, I'll channel the child and say, what's the purpose for you to leave early? Oh, we made agreement. He's going to say, we made agreement. What type of agreement? Tell me the details. For her to learn, right, that if you love someone, no matter what happens to that person, your love does not change. And feeling sad, let's say she is sad, let's say, right? If she is feeling sad all the time, the child's soul will not be happy. Is what the soul wants? Definitely not.
I don't want to keep my dad here, but I do want a glimpse into what he is.
I understand. I understand. That's why you're here today. But I want to tell you, they are happy because that's the normal state. So let's say water, if we consider water is the normal state, steam or ice is not a normal state. You need to have a certain condition to make the water become ice, right? Or a certain temperature to make the water become steam. And you say, oh, now it's ice, but it's not going to stay that long. So when the ice becomes water, the ice does not cry, right? Let's say it becomes water and goes back to the ocean or the river. And the river says, come back home. This is that simple. We decide to even become individual. We were all connected spiritually before we came. Does not mean you are not individual soul. You're still individual soul. You can say that. But that's okay, because we don't have many words, right? Either individual or connected. We don't have anything in between. But we're all connected. You know, you are another version of me, and I'm another version of you. Your father is another version of you, like that. But why we became individual, right? Really physical body, look different from another person. We agreed upon. We said this is the way for us to have an individual experience. Because otherwise, right, it's hard to really understand something. If you are traveling with a lot of people together all the time, you don't learn that much. If you travel solely, right, by yourself, you learn the most. But we're afraid to do that, most people. It's the same kind of concept. So another thing is, if, let's say, I don't want to talk about you because, right, I feel more comfortable talking about myself. Let's say my father passed away. I want to know how he's doing, and I try to channel him. You know what happens? He's not ready to be channeled. Why? I did ask them, ask my higher self, ask other higher beings. He's learning something right now in the universe. He's ready for the next physical life. He doesn't need to be bothered. I'm sorry to say this, but that's what I was told, and I'm okay with that. I still can channel him when he's ready, but not that this is just my case. And my mom, I joke about this, right? Because we take things way too seriously here sometimes, right? I'm not criticizing, but my mom, she was very harsh on me. She was not a loving mom at all. I have to say, it's the truth. She beat me up every 2 days until I was 16. But I was not traumatized, and I still love her. Right? So she passed away. So I really want to have a conversation with her. I want to know, like, what kind of agreement we made, yeah? And they said, no, she's not, totally not ready. She's learning in some classroom. I said, wow, okay. I said, well, she's learning love. I chose her for a big reason. I wanted someone who is not that loving, caring. Why? Because I want to be strong and independent. So I said, oh, that's perfect. She's perfect for me. And she also has to want to accept me, right? I'm not sure what she can learn from me. I did not, right? So far, I don't know that part. Okay. And I said, what she needs to learn, right? After she has learned, then she can be channeled. We can have a conversation. What I was told is she needs to learn love. Otherwise, she's not at the same frequency level. So she would not be able even to have a conversation with me. You can say her consciousness level. My higher self told me her consciousness, there's a level. All right? I don't want to use this to judge people, but she said quickly, she said, I don't remember what I asked. And she said, 3-9. 3-9, what is that? And your mom's consciousness level is 3. What is 9? Oh, my father? Yes. He's much higher. I'm not sure. I said, what is the highest? I'm not supposed to know, because then I can use that to judge people. I did ask about my consciousness level. I'd rather not say, because I'm not here to compare. So sometimes, right, we want to have a glimpse, let's say, right? It is also, right, I'm not judging, but I heard from another person. You can watch his video. He doesn't have many, but he's very good. Matthias Di Stefano. So why he's very special. he is someone who has almost full pre-birth memory. He is someone who remembers almost everything. It's unbelievable. He probably made a soul agreement that he's going to come to Earth, but he's going to remember, not right away. After age of 16, he started remembering. So he knows everything. You just ask him, like, how about this? How about that? Right? He knows everything. Okay, so he was talking about people want to see their passed away loved ones. And I remember what he said. He said, you want to meet with that soul or have some sort of connection. But do you know that person really wants to meet with you? We don't know, right? So that is also sensitive part. Yes, I'm not doubting, right, that your uncle or father would not want to meet with us. But sometimes, like, see, look at my parents. They're not ready. But for different reasons, right? They don't want to. They don't have the same concept anymore. The way we look at this world, how we interpret things, it's a different perspective. Because we forgot, so we have a human perspective. We use the human way to comprehend everything. So we need to slowly expand our consciousness in order not to have any negative emotions, not to accumulate, because nothing can be bad. Nothing can be negative. Everything is positive. Someone was killed. How can that be positive? The soul planned that. For the soul to learn something from it, and from people around this person learn something from it. If we don't know what we don't want, how do we know what we do want? Sometimes they can demonstrate something we don't want. Let's say Hitler, he did that. He played a very big bad guy role to demonstrate to the entire world this is what we don't want. Without him, Europe would not be this connected. There would be no EU. You see? But we don't look at this way. Usually we just, oh, this is bad person. No such soul. There's no soul. It's just bad, evil. And no matter what happens, is you created. You created to have a relationship with him till a certain point. And then you are going to go through this looks like for you to learn eventually, right? To feel the pain is necessary. That's part of learning, but not too long. I'm not saying people shouldn't feel sad at all. Of course not. Let's say, right? Couple days, couple weeks, couple months, but not years. Then the soul, your higher soul, no. You have to change. They will do all different kind of things to try to make us change. So tell me a little bit more. I know you will feel emotional, but tell me a little bit more about your father.
He's the best person I know. He's sick.
So yeah, in what way?
I was born, my mother was an addict. She wasn't able to take care of